Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Ballers Take Flight. On this episode, we will be going over the 10 most powerful NBA players. Make sure to stay till the end of this video to find out who these NBA players are. If you're new to this channel, or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash the like button. Who are the most powerful players in the NBA? Basketball is a game that requires speed, quickness, athleticism, intelligence, and agility. It also requires strength. It does not take long watching an NBA game to realize that players who have more of these qualities are the ones who dominate the game on both ends of the court. Overall strength can often help a player drive faster to the basket, fight harder for rebounds, and be tougher on defense. It can also help players have longer careers and finish games at a higher level. In some cases, just being a physically strong player has helped to prolong careers and allow guys who don't have much other skill to stay in the league for a long time. Being successful in the NBA is about athleticism, leaping ability, and of course, skills, both on offense and defense. But there are a lot of extra things that could definitively give you a boost, and one of them is strength, as that really provides a great advantage over opposing players to gain and maintain position or to finish their shots through contact. There have been a lot of players that haven't shocked you with their athleticism or even their fundamentals, but strength have made them thrive through their entire careers as dominant players on both ends of the court. Nowadays, it's common for NBA players to hit the weight room regularly. Sometimes it feels like half of the players in the league could be playing linebacker or safety in the NFL. Even without the benefit of modern weight rooms or nutrition, the NBA has seen some absolute beasts over the years. This list will show you 10 of the most powerful players in the NBA. 10. Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard has pretty much always been a waste of a terrifically developed body due to his mental softness and lack of post movements, but when his mind's in the right place, he can be an extremely dominant player with his leaping ability and will to dominate the offensive glass. It is easy to see why there are so many teams getting in line to try to acquire Dwight Howard. Howard is one of the top players in the league based on his defensive skills alone. When people account for his scoring and rebounding, he is dominant on both ends of the floor. His overall strength has helped him to become the Defensive Player of the Year the last 3 seasons. There is a good reason that he calls himself Superman. His shoulders were massive and has brought down basketball hoops with dunks while beating on grown men like kids. He was the complete superstar with strength and athleticism, but unfortunately, Howard seems to have lost his motive to control the paint anymore like he used to. Ben Wallace. Perhaps he has lost a step as he is in his final season in the NBA, but Ben Wallace still ranks as one of the strongest players in the league. Although he played the center position at 6'9", Wallace used his incredible strength to dominate his opponents and help his team to the 2004 NBA championship. He was also one of the most feared defenders in the league, as he won the Defensive Player of the Year award 4 times. Ben Wallace went by Big Ben and defined what it meant to be a Detroit bad boy. His constant aggression and crashing inside made him one of the most ferocious players we have seen in the league. During the prime of his career, Wallace has reportedly bench pressed 460 pounds. It's that kind of strength that helped him average over 10 rebounds per game for 7 straight seasons. 8. Wilt Chamberlain. If you ask anyone who saw Chamberlain play, they would likely tell you he was the strongest player in NBA history. He could score better than everyone else. He could rebound better than everyone else. But he was also able to play more minutes because of how strong and in shape he was. In his prime, he was said to bench over 500 pounds and even impressed Arnold Schwarzenegger, which tells you everything you need to know about Chamberlain's strength. It was a completely different era, but like Shaq, Wilt was a completely physically developed superhuman that had no opposition, averaging 30.1 points, 22.9 rebounds, and 4.4 assists per game on 54% shooting and being the player with most points scored in a game ever with 100. Winning the Rookie of the Year, 4 MVPs, 2 championships, and 1 Finals MVP, the Big Dipper owns 71 different records in the NBA. For instance, he averaged 50.4 points through an entire season, scoring more than 60 points in 32 opportunities, completely bullying everyone who stood in front of him. 7. Shaquille O'Neal. You don't get the nickname the Diesel without being strong. The NBA has seen plenty of 7'1" players over the years, but not many who are also 325 pounds. He was strong, quick, and impossible to push around. If he wasn't so strong and kept himself in such good shape, he never would have been able to play 19 seasons in the NBA and dominate the way he did. Shaq changed the way some rules worked and was one of the most intimidating players to play against. He would dunk on you while pushing you out of bounds. Shaq was absolutely unstoppable at both ends of the court, and come on, just take a look at this guy. He's a freaking wall. Shattering backboards, shoving opposing guys, posturizing the best players in the world, and even hurting guys that tried to foul him. Shaq was the ultimate goon and one of the most talented players the game has ever seen, winning 4 NBA championships, a Rookie of the Year award, 1 MVP, 3 Finals MVP, 2 leading scorer awards, 15-time All-Star, and 1-time Olympic gold medalist, averaging 23.7 points, 10.9 rebounds, 2.3 blocks per game. 6. Karl Malone. Few guys have been more intimidating in any sport than Karl Malone, as the mailman was a completely dominant player with his 249 pounds at 6'9", and the 36,928 points in his 19-year career show this, being the second leading scorer in NBA history, trailing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, averaging 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 0.8 blocks per game. 13 All-Star appearances, 2 MVPs, 2-time gold medal winner, and leading scorer in Jazz history, Malone will go down as one of the greatest athletes in the history of the game, making it into the Hall of Fame despite not winning an NBA championship, thanks again to Michael Jordan. The mailman himself, Karl Malone, was massive. Under his jersey, Malone had a body that was absolutely ripped. He was ahead of his time with regard to training and working out off the court. Malone viewed his strength and endurance as 2 of the biggest reasons why he was one of the best power forwards of all time. 5. Charles Barkley. Barkley sure wasn't the tallest or even most physically gifted power forward of his time, and that's probably what makes him even more impressive, as he always gained position against taller and bigger guys with his fierce attitude and his competitive spirit, not backing off from anybody that stood between him and the rim. Needless to say, this guy won everything except for an NBA ring, because he played in an era when Michael Jordan was in the league, finishing his career with lifetime averages of 22.1 points and 11.7 rebounds, and making 11 All-Star appearances. He was strong and powerful. Listed at just 6'6", Barkley was undersized for a power forward. However, he was able to make up for his lack of height by being stronger than his opponents. Barkley turned any lingering fat from the early part of his career into muscle, which he used to become arguably the best rebounder of his generation, averaging at least 10 rebounds per game every season but his rookie year. 4. Alonzo Mourning. Alonzo Mourning was one of the most intimidating players on the court on both offense and defense, being arguably the best player in Charlotte Hornets history since they drafted him 2nd overall in 1992, and where he stayed for 3 years before leaving for the Miami Heat, the Nets, and then a second stint with the Heat, where he won an NBA championship despite his kidney problems, averaging 17.1 points, 8.5 boards, and 2.8 swats per game. Mourning was a dominant presence in the paint as a 6'10" center, making 7 All-Star appearances and winning the Defensive Player of the Year twice, as well as winning the gold medal in the 2000 Olympics. Alonzo Mourning was truly a defensive stud and an immovable force in his entire NBA career. His strength, along with his tenacity on defense, always put him in running for Defensive Player of the Year. He played excellent defensive basketball, and his muscular frame made him a very intimidating centerpiece for many years. 3. David Robinson. One of the top centers of his era, the Admiral was a marvel of a basketball player and a respected figure off the court. He would use his lean and muscular figure to belittle opponents inside, and his strength bolstered his interior defense during his solid career as well. 1-time MVP, Rookie of the Year, 2-time NBA champion, and Defensive Player of the Year, the Admiral established himself as a huge force in the West through his entire 14-year career, making history as the only player to ever win the leading rebounder, scorer, and shot blocker of the league, while also winning the DPOY, ROY, and MVP. 2. Amare Stoudemire. Amare Stoudemire has long been one of the strongest players in the league, and he uses it well in the offensive paint. Since coming into the league in 2002 and winning the Rookie of the Year award, Stoudemire has used his power to become a 6-time All-Star. His power is evident on his power dunks and consistently blocked shots. People tend to forget how dominant Stoudemire was, especially during his time in the desert with the Phoenix Suns, being a regular guy in the MVP conversation due to his strength and ability to score and rebound against every opposition. Sadly, injuries really stalled his development and durability, but when he was actually able to step on the court, the team was totally him, even during his stint in the Big Apple, playing alongside Carmelo Anthony. 1. LeBron James. As arguably the strongest overall player in the NBA, LeBron James is doing it all this season. He consistently shows off how strong he is on both ends of the court. It is evident whether he is blocking shots or jumping over other players on the end of an alley-oop. James is enjoying the best season of his career, and his strength may carry him to his 3rd NBA Most Valuable Player award. Miami Heat fans hope it takes him to the NBA championship. Los Angeles Lakers fans hope it takes him to the NBA championship. Well, these NBA players are indeed powerful, and you can be the witness to that. Hey, don't forget to comment below which ballers you would like to see next time on Ballers Take Flight. That is all for the 10 most powerful NBA players. See you in the next video.